Okay.
This is a 2012 Mazda 3. On this video, we'll be taking out the TCM, the transmission control module. It's underneath the battery tray and the ECM tray as well. So this one's already been taken out, but I have put everything kind of loosely back together so we can go through this step by step. All right, first thing, I'd always mess with anything electrical, disconnect the negative battery, 10 millimeter bolt right there. Just go ahead and loosen that counterclockwise. Let's take this off, set it to the side. Then next you want to take the positive terminal loose. Same again, 10 millimeter nut right there. Counterclockwise, loosen it up, take her off, pull her back to the side. This one doesn't have a battery hold down in it, so after that, pull the battery out. Now, next step, on this one, I took out the ECM harnesses to give me more wiggle room with the battery box. So these two areas right here, you just take on these clips. They're pretty simple. So in the lock position, they'll be all the way down. On these, you're just pretty much just when they're in lock position, push the little tab in, and you can rotate these upwards on both of them when they're on there. And once you rotate them up, they pull right up. Then once you do that, I take both the wires right here. I take both these wires out of the little loom on the plastic, move it to the side. Right there, sorry, camera's moving around a little too much. All right, next step is to take the bolts out of the tray. Now there are, I think 3 bolts that hold the tray in. So oh, sorry, there was a hold down. There was a bolt here and a bolt here, but it was missing the bar. I just had the nuts. I just had the nuts available. So in this tray, there's 3 bolts, 10 millimeters each. There's one right here in this big hole, one right here, and then one more right here. So once you remove those 3, what I also did, I disconnected the front cover of the battery tray, which pretty much there's like these 2 little squeeze tabs that go over these 2 sections right there. They just slide up. This partition just slides up. Slide that up and out the way. Then I'll show you how to remove the box. So with the wires all out the way, gently wiggle and get it up out the way. Box comes up with a little bit of finagle. It does have a little area that sits down, so it may take a little more force than you think to actually remove this box. Oops. Sorry. All right. Now, once the box is removed, down here, let me move the flashlight. Down here is a TCM. All right. So down here, the TCM has 3 bolts. This is already disconnected. That, all right, plug in a different spot. All right, so this is the TCM right here. It has 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3. I took all 3 of them out. Now, down here, underneath this tray is where it sits. I also did take a little mount, right? There's like a little mount, vibration dampener for the mount. Sits right here. I disconnected the 2 12 millimeter bolts, took this off. It gave me a little more room to get to the ever so difficult bolt. It's not too difficult, but it's a pain in the butt. That bolt on the right hand side or left hand side. So down here we'll see a little bit better view of where the bolts are. So as you see, the bolt hole on the left and the bolt hole on the right, and there's one in the rear that you'll have to attend to. Take those 3 10 millimeter bolts off and then disconnect that wire harness right there as you did in the front one. It simply just rotates like the 2 off the main computer. So in the downward position when it's locked, just push the tab down and then rotate that up. And then once you do that, your TCM will be disconnected fully. And pop that out. Now to get that bolt that's like underneath the motor mount right there, Off to the right side of the picture, I recommend using like probably a stubby ratchet with a like a standard shallow 10mm socket. That'll probably be the best. Not too hard to get out. Once you do that, you'll be all set. TCM will be completely out. Not that bad. It'd probably be for a beginner level. I mean, you'll probably take half an hour, 45 minutes. You know, just depends on your level of expertise. But beyond that, once you have it all out, make sure you store all your nuts and bolts in somewhere, one little area. I stored most of mine in there. Then I got some more, the bolts in the top tray to the ECM. That just popped right off the top of the ECM. And store it all inside the car until your TCM comes back. Beyond that, that's all it takes. Nothing too much, nothing too crazy, nothing too scary. Once you get that bad boy out and ship her on over to Upfix and wait for her to come back and throw her back in reverse order. All right, that's it for this video.